Hello and welcome back. Today we talk a little more about some exciting Greek letters. And today we have perhaps the most difficult in terms of pronunciation. We have the weirdly sounding ones. If you look here, these are all the letters. Thankfully, there are not many, but they sound differently from what you expect them to sound in English. So the first one, which looks like a B, the capital one, is actually a V. Vivian, vintage, that is the vita in modern Greek. This is a V sound. The next one is particularly difficult because it does not exist in English at all. This is a gamma. Listen to it. R. So this R sound, make it in the back of your throat. It's a little bit like you say in Scottish, right? The Loch Ness, where the Loch Ness is, the monster. But the H, now you have to voice it. R. And then you get this R sound. So this is a voiced Loch. R. Okay? And you will need to try to practice this for a while to get it right. If you cannot do this, then you can always substitute a G. You can say it like G. Okay, this is not nice. It doesn't sound very Greek, but it is understandable because most people, will understand what you're trying to say. So then we have the Xi, which is the next Xi. This is just a K and an S together. It does not appear very commonly in English, but accent, for example, is this sound, accent, or X-rays. Right? The X letter in English, exit also, is exactly this. It's a K and an S together. So this is just an X, but you see that it doesn't look like an X, and the thing that does look like an X is actually not an X. This is why I call them weird sounds. The next thing, which looks like an X, is actually the H of Loch Ness. So this would be one way of speaking it, Loch Ness. This is the H, but it can also be spoken like the H in human or hue. This would be a he. And whether it's a he or a ha depends on what comes after it. So when after it is an A or an O or an U sound, then it's a H. Ha, ho, hu. When after it comes an I or E sound, an iota or epsilon, then it becomes a he. So you would have human and hue. So in Greek, it would be he and he. So this is not important now to, be too confused about it. You will hear it very often spoken. It's not a common letter anyway, but when you hear it spoken, you will learn slowly how to do it. And actually, it's the natural way to do it. It's very difficult to pronounce a H before an E or E sound. So naturally, you will go there. So for example, chioni is a Greek word meaning snow, and chioni is this he sound because afterwards comes an E, or chara is a word that means happiness, joy, and chara is the H sound because it comes before an A sound. Okay, and the last one you will be happy to know is psi, and the psi is something again which we do have in English. It's the PS, only this time it's one letter instead of being two. So when I say psalm or absolutely, then this is the ps sound, and in Greek this has its own letter. So these letters are confusing because they don't look like what we are used to, and some of the sounds are difficult. So the psi and the v, vita are not difficult, or the xi also is not difficult, but the r and the h, these don't exist in English, and you have to learn them. Now here we have some examples of this. Let me read them to you. And they are also useful words. If you want, you can try to memorize the words too. But primarily, we want to talk about the pronunciation now. So the first one would be βροχή. Βροχή. And you see you have the vita, the v, and then you also have the chi, which now is a chi because afterwards comes an eta, which is an e sound. So βροχή. The next word to the right, βιβλίο. Βιβλίο means book. Βιβλίο. Next line, γάμα. Γάμα is the name of the letter gamma, or gamma if you cannot pronounce the gamma. And γέλιο to the right, γέλιο. Γέλιο means laughter. Ξύλο, wood, ξύλο. And ξένο, foreign. Ξένο, this is where xenophobia comes from. Χαρά, happiness or joy. Χαρά. And χαλί. Χαλί is the carpet. Ψάρι, fish. Ψάρι. This is a very common word, especially when you go eat in a tavern. They will always mention ψάρι. And ψέμα, lie. Ψέμα, the lie. Okay, so now that you have some idea on how to pronounce them, let's try again, and now you repeat after me, so I will leave a little more time so you can repeat. Βροχή. Βιβλίο. Γάμα. Γέλιο. Ξύλο. Ξένο. Χαρά. Χαλί. Ψάρι. Ψέμα. Okay, and now you try it yourself. First, you read it, and then I will tell you how I would read it. The first word. Βήμα. Next one. Valle. Next line. Go on, you start first. Άλογο. Next one. Γεμάτο. Γεμάτο. The next one. Ήξερα. Ήξερα. The next one is very long. I give you a little more time. Try to work it out. Okay, here we go. Xylokastro. Xylokastro. This is the name of a place in Greece. Means literally the wooden castle. Next one, you start. Όχι. Όχι. The next word. Χαμένο. Χαμένο. And the next one. Ψηλά. Ψηλά. And the final one. Κόψε. Κόψε. Okay, so we are not concerned now with what the words mean necessarily, but here they are once again. Vita, Vivian, vintage, r, as in Loch Ness, but voiced Loch Ness. Then we have the xi, accent, x-rays, the he, Loch Ness, human hue, and then the psi, psan. And absolutely, and if you did all this, then you are absolutely great and ready for the next episode. So click here to watch the next one. Thank you and see you there. Bye-bye.